If you consider visiting Hiroshima, then don't miss out on the following places. Japan has quite a lot to offer, but through all the noise on the internet, it is actually difficult to see a reliable and not sponsored list of hidden gems. And therefore I wanted to create this series for you. As for me, I went to Japan 3 times, 2 months each, and as a full-time tourist. I was everywhere except Okinawa, the insides of Hokkaido and half of Shikoku. That said, there should be things for everyone on this list, and therefore let's go. I myself visited Hiroshima on every trip and even stayed there for 1 week. Therefore I will share on this list the best places I saw and you shouldn't miss out on. I also have a big tip for you, so stay tuned. Most people only visit Hiroshima City, but the whole area has a lot more to offer. But let's begin on a brief summary of the most important places of the city itself. Hiroshima is famous for its historical importance, and therefore you should definitely visit the memorial, the park and the big museum. You'll gain a different view on the topic and learn a lot. Especially interesting is the origin story of the origami cranes. If you don't like the big crowds that can gather all over the big museum, then the Honkawa Elementary School Peace Museum is the place for you. While quite unknown, it is a free museum inside the elementary school and the story told in their view. While the history of Hiroshima is very important, the city itself also has quite a lot to offer. The Hiroshima Castle is a site for itself, and the nearby garden is also a very pleasing and harmonious place to visit. Don't miss out on the food, especially the okonomiyaki. Hiroshima is famous for its noodle okonomiyaki style, and definitely visit one of the many ones to try yourself. The great thing is that all of these things can be done in a day or even a day trip, but most people overlook the beauty of the region and therefore miss out on almost all of the places I'm gonna mention. But first, let's start on a place most of you definitely hear of. Miyajima is the big island right near the city of Hiroshima. It can be accessed by a short train ride to the ferry terminal and can be accessed easily. Definitely don't miss out on this island because it packs a few of the most interesting sites in all over Japan. It is also perfect for you if you like Nara, because there are deers all over this island. Now the most famous place is definitely the torii in the water. It is a majestic sight and something you have to see for yourself. While most people stop their sightseeing there, Miyajima has a lot more to offer. There are shrines everywhere to discover, and here comes my tip for all of Japan. Definitely be on the lookout for seasonal events. For example, when I visited Miyajima in January, I saw that the temple in the woods has a bow and arrow ceremony, and the videos speak for themselves. While the places are great, the experiences of such events are what make such trips stand out. But this doesn't mean you should not visit only events, because then you could miss out on one of my most favorite temples on this island, and one of the most individual ones. I'm talking about the Daishon Shrine. It is a short walk away from the big torii, but if you arrive there, you see what I mean. This whole area is packed with small statues, and it is a sight you mostly never forget, because this place is so beautiful. Now let's say you are visiting longer or just want to experience the region more, then I have quite a lot for you. A go-to trip I would recommend is going to the Okunoshima Island. It is an island on the coast of Hiroshima, which can be easily accessed by train and then transferring to the ferry. While it can take a while to get there, it is definitely worth it. This island is pure magic, because the whole island is filled with wild rabbits, and they are everywhere. And I really mean everywhere. Not like the Cat Island in the north that doesn't have that many cats. On this island you are overrun by the little rabbits. But this island doesn't only have rabbits, but it's also a tropical island which used to be a battery and a poison gas production, which got abandoned. So if you also like lost places, this island is for you, because there are abandoned buildings and old batteries all over the place. Plus, the rabbits will follow you on your discovery. For the next place you don't need to go much further, because Onomichi is around the corner. Onomichi is a small and quiet town at sea, and alone already a very beautiful place to visit. But if you look for one of the most scenic rides in Japan, then definitely go there, because Onomichi is the starting place for a beautiful bicycle tour around a lot of very beautiful islands. You can rent a bicycle there and start. There are different routes to choose from, and you will remember this adventure for your life, because you'll travel through many islands in the ocean and traverse bridges and citrus farm fields. It is a very magical ride, and I definitely recommend everyone to try this. The second area is a round trip around the Yamaguchi Prefecture and its most scenic places. This is just about doable in a day, if you stay in Fukuoka and power through, but I think it is quite worthwhile. This day trip consists of 4 places, which are quite individual. Firstly, you will be driving a lot on the coast and through valleys, and just passing through these places is magical. But after a while, you arrive on the first place, and we found this place by accident. It's a magical temple, the perfect place to take a short break, and it is a quite individual place to see, especially with its watery scenery and the background and the torii walk. This is already impressive, but the real beauty starts now. This is a bridge further down the road, which I think is the perfect subject for great looking photos. It is also empty most of the time, and also a great place to rest before you keep on going to one of the most individual temples in all of Japan. This is one of the big ones, and you know it when you see it. This place combines a magical rice field mountain and this really beautiful torii walk to the sea. With the waves splashing at the rocks and the magical atmosphere around, you really can feel the beauty. But beware, because the beauty of these places has spoken around, and especially this one can be quite packed. Lastly, your journey will lead through the mountains of the Yamaguchi Prefecture, and you will land in one of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen. A quite small and unhinged road leads to an entrance to a cave. While the cave is really impressive too, the entrance steals the whole show. It looks just like a scene out of a movie, and the magic doesn't stop there. At the end of the cave is a lift which leads to the top of the mountain, and this is also one of the most impressive sights I've ever seen. It is a karst landscape without end, and a great place to end the road trip. There are also a lot of other places you can visit with a car, such like the Ōkunoshima Island. I can't really list them here because I wasn't there yet and can't give you an honest opinion. If you ever been there or have other places you really recommend in Kyushu, then feel free to comment those in the comments, and for more such videos, a like and a subscribe would be great. Now next up is a day trip to Fukuoka city and its scenic places. While I really recommend taking enough time to visit Kyushu as a whole, a great start is Fukuoka, with its nearby enormous Buddha statue and its culture. I really recommend it as a first impression for Kyushu, and especially worth a visit if you like ramen and wanna try some original. Fukuyama is an interesting one. The city itself is very interesting to visit, but besides its castle right next to the Shinkansen station, there isn't very much to do here. But you are not here to visit the city itself. No, you are visiting one of the many islands right on its coast. Senzu-Ichima, a short bus ride away, and you'll arrive in a very beautiful fishing town. This place alone is a must to explore, but there you can take the ancient ferry to traverse to Senju-Ichima, a beautiful city to bath, camp, and just enjoy nature or the view. I really enjoyed it there, and especially the local food in the restaurant is delicious, if you are not fussy when it comes to food. Now, if you have the rail pass, then Himeji is a must-see. It is the biggest and most famous castle in Japan that wasn't destroyed in the many wars that happened there. A beautiful sight and a worthwhile visit, even if there are a lot of people there. So the last one on the list is Kobe, a really famous city because of its meat. But not many people visit Kobe, and I think this should change. You can really easily get to Kobe, but from Hiroshima you can get there really fast with the Shinkansen. While there are a lot of museums right there and interesting exhibitions like this one, there are many areas in Kobe worthwhile visiting. One of them is definitely taking the cable car and traveling up the mountain to visit the English Garden with a beautiful view of Kobe. There you can slowly take your way down and immerse yourself in the many beautiful flowers. I myself did a step further and also walked the whole way down from the middle station and discovered many beautiful waterfalls and nature. Another place is the port area of Kobe, worthwhile visiting, but I really liked Chinatown because of its lights and how you can take beautiful photographs there. But this alone is not all. Kobe has a lot of beautiful temples and shrines to visit, and most of the time you are alone there. A really worthwhile visit and a top recommendation. So now that sums up my top recommendations in the Hiroshima area. On this list are places for everyone, and I hope you can benefit for your travel adventures. If you want to support the channel, then like and subscribe or visit the link in the description. Thank you for watching.